Hi, everybody. Here's homework help for lesson number 3. We're going to start with that homework helper page. This is on page 89. The homework that we're going to complete is on the next pages. So this is the first kind of problem that we are going to have. We are going to fill in missing numbers. And so we need to figure out if their missing numbers are counting by ones or by tens. So getting to that benchmark number, clearly they wanted to get to 70. So from 66 to get to 70, we need to count by ones. 67, 68, 69, 70. And then we're going to get from 70 to 100. Here is their benchmark number, and now they're going to count by tens. 80, 90, 100. Now to get from 100 to 400, am I counting 101, 102, 103 to get to 400? No, I'm not even counting tens. 110, 120, 130, not 400. Here, they're counting by hundreds. 100, 200, 300, 400. And then the next number after the 400 is 420. So they're not still counting by hundreds. And they haven't gone down to ones, they're counting by tens. So we're going to do a couple of problems like that. We're just going to be looking at the numbers that we need to fill in. Again, we need to know what these bundles mean, whether they're in order or not. So remember what their bundles look like. This is 100, a big flat. This is a 10, small stick. And this is ones. All right, so this again is 100, it's a flat. This is a 10. So it'd be nice if they grouped it all together, but it doesn't really matter. I can count it whether it's grouped right or not. There are 2 hundreds, there are 3 tens, and there are 2 ones. So that number is going to be 200, and we can count on, like they're saying, 210, 20, 30, 31, 32. There are 232 sticks in all. Again, you can also use your hide zero cards to make this more sensible for you. We have 200. I cannot find my 200. There it is. We have 2 hundreds. We have 3 tens. And then we just had 2 ones. Oh, where's my 2? So we have 200, 3 tens, and 2 ones. When I put that number together, it's 232. 232. The last one on this page is showing a way to count from one number to another number. So up here, they have 457, which is, we are trying to count from 457 to 700. Remember, in class today, we boxed the number we started with, and then the ones underneath were how we counted on. So they're trying to get again to a benchmark number. So 457, we're probably going to want to get to the next 10 from 57, which would be 60. So they've got 458, 459, 460. Now we can count by tens until we get to the next 100. So we have 460, 470, 480, 490, and 500. Now we can count by hundreds to get up to our final number, which is 700. So we have 500. The next one would be 600, 700. So they wrote out the numbers and they drew the picture. They're saying here that you can do either one, but it's going to depend on what the directions tell you. So let's get started. The first ones we're going to do are the filling in the blanks. Again, we need to just pay attention to the numbers that are there and figure out what makes sense. So if we're counting from 14 to 20, we're going to be counting by ones here. So it's 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now we could keep counting by ones, but we have to get from 20 to 50, and there are only two numbers in between. That doesn't look to me like they're saying 21, 22, 23. Let's try counting by tens and see if that makes sense. 20, 30, 40, 50. That's what they're doing. They're counting by tens. So we're going to write those numbers in. 30, 40. Here's another one. Again, when we're at those weird numbers, those in-between numbers, we're probably going to start with ones to get to a nice benchmark-friendly round number. So 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80. Now, they're going from 80 to 100. So we're not doing ones anymore. 80, 90, 100. Now, if this goes to 110, the next one isn't going to be 300. So we're not counting by tens anymore. Now we're at 100, which is another nice benchmark. Now we can count by hundreds. 100, 200, 300, 400. Oh, no, that's not right. 301, 300, no. In order to get from 300 to 320, they've gone back down to counting by tens. So we have 300, 310, 320. The more we do it, the easier it's going to get. We have to get from 65 to 70 with a lot of spaces. I think we're counting by ones. So 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70. Great. Let's try counting by tens and see if we get from 70 to 100. 70, 80, 90, 100. Excellent. This last one starts on a nice even benchmark, a 10. So maybe we don't need to count by ones. We're going to try to get from 30 to 100. Maybe we can count by tens right from the beginning. So we have 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Now, we're at 100. Are we counting by tens or hundreds? Looks like we're counting by hundreds. 100, 200, 300, 400. All right. Number two, these are ones, tens, and hundreds. How many sticks are there in all? So again, looking here, this is 100. This is a 10. So we've got one flat, we've got a stick and another stick and a unit. These look like hundreds to me, so two more flats. There's a stick. These look like ones. And another stick. Okay, so we've got some tens, we've got some hundreds. How many hundreds do we have? How many of the big flats? 100, 200, 300. So we've got 300. Let's count our tens. We have 300, we have 10, 20, 30, 40. And then ones. Don't forget this one. It's over here all by itself. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 300s, 4 10s, 4 ones. We can count it up. 100, 200, 300, 310, 320, 330, 340, 341, 342, 343, 344. Or we can put our three numbers together. 344. Either way, we have 344 sticks in all that are bundled up here. Now they're going to ask us to count from 668 to 900 using ones, tens, and hundreds. First, let's start by drawing 668, and we're going to box it like we did. So hundreds, now we're going to start with our flats. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the 600. Now we need 60. Those are tens, right? So we're going to need 6 of those as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 660, and then we have 8 ones, which are just our little units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Great. I'm going to put a big box around that. That's what we're starting with. We have 668. We want to count up to 900. So again, we're going to want to work toward a benchmark, right? So from 68, always remember those pairs are the same to get to the next 10. From 8, we need, here we go, 68, 669, 670. Now we are at a pretty friendly number. I am going to start using tens now. 670, 680, 690, 700. Now I'm at another benchmark number. I'm going to switch out to hundreds. So I'm at 700, 800, 900. So we started off with 668. We counted on with our ones to get to the next benchmark. And then we counted on with tens and finally with hundreds to get to 900. This is the number we started with. This is the number we had to count on to get to 900. We have one more question, but it's got a couple of parts. Sally bundled her sticks in hundreds, tens, and ones. How many sticks does Sally have? So again, we have to kind of sort out their pictures like our pictures. So that's 100, that's 100, 2 flats. This is just a 1, so our little unit. These look like tens, so sticks. Here's a unit, and this is another 10. Okay, so let's count on what we have here. We have 100, 200, 210, 220, 230, 231, 232. So again, we had 200, we had 3 tens, and we had 2 ones. So 232. How many sticks does she have? She has 232 sticks. Now we want to draw 3 more hundreds and 3 more tens, and we're going to count on, and we're going to write how many sticks she has now. So 1, 2, 3 hundreds, and then 3 more tens. 1, 2, 3. So how many hundreds are there now? 1, 2, we have 2 and 3 more. 2 hundreds plus 3 hundreds is 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. That's a lot more. How many sticks are there now, or tens? We have 3 tens up here and 3 more tens down here. 3 tens plus 3 tens equals 6 tens. Or we could count it up, remember, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So we have 560, and then what we have left are the ones. We didn't add any ones, so it would be 2 plus 0, right? So that's still going to be 2 ones. So we have 562, and we could count up 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 510, 520, 530, 540, 550, 560, and then counting on ones, 561, 562. Either way, it comes out the same. 562 sticks. That's a lot of popsicle sticks. So boys and girls, I know this is hard and new. We're going to be continuing to work on this. So it's going to be just a little bit more every day of the same sort of thing. You will get it, I promise. If you take some time and cut apart your hide zero cards, they will help you. So you're cutting off the 100, and then it looks like this on your paper. You have the 500, the 50, and the 5. You want to cut those apart so that you have a 500, a 50, and a 5 for each of those numbers. And those are going to help you as we do more of this work. Thanks for working so hard. I will see you tomorrow.